The leak that shook the world in 2016. The world was rocked by a leak unlike anything before. Millions of secret documents surfaced, revealing a hidden universe of wealth, power, and corruption. This was not just another scandal. This was the Panama Papers, the largest financial leak in history, exposing the hidden fortunes of presidents, billionaires, celebrities, and criminals alike. It began quietly, with an anonymous source reaching out to journalists. The tip was simple yet shocking. We have evidence of a global system that allows the elite to hide billions. What followed was an investigation spanning 80 countries, 370 reporters, and over a year of painstaking research. To understand the leak, we need to understand offshore finance. Offshore accounts and shell companies allow the wealthy to move money across borders, often hiding it from governments, tax authorities, and the public. Places like Panama, the Cayman Islands, and the British Virgin Islands became safe havens for fortunes too large or too suspicious to be traced. Imagine billions of dollars moving through companies that exist only on paper. No offices, no employees, just names and numbers on a ledger. Money disappears into these accounts, only to reappear in another country, completely untraceable. And for decades, this was the secret world of the elite, invisible, untouchable, and almost unimaginable for ordinary citizens. The Panama Papers didn't just reveal hidden bank accounts. They exposed a lifestyle reserved for the world's most powerful. Palaces, yachts, private jets, and exotic estates, all funded by money that the public never sees. This was a secret world of excess, built on a foundation of secrecy and power. And the most shocking part, many of these fortunes belonged to the people meant to serve the public, politicians, world leaders, and even royalty. While ordinary citizens pay taxes and follow the rules, the elite played a completely different game. A game invisible to the public eye until now. When the documents finally leaked, the world reacted in shock. Governments were embarrassed, investigations began, and protests erupted. No one could ignore it. The Panama Papers had pulled back the curtain, showing the hidden world of global finance like never before. Some leaders were forced to resign. Some billionaires faced investigations, and some of the world's most famous names were caught in the web of secrecy. But the Panama Papers also revealed a bigger truth. This system wasn't illegal. It was just designed for the elite by the elite. The Panama Papers are more than a scandal. They are a window into a hidden economy worth trillions of dollars, controlled by those who are untouchable. And while the world watches, most of the money remains hidden, moving silently through a global network of secrecy and influence. This is just the beginning. Over the next chapters, we will uncover how it works, who was exposed, and the consequences of this unprecedented leak. Welcome to the world of the Panama Papers, a world of secrets, power, and hidden billions. The hidden world of offshore finance. To understand the Panama Papers, we must first understand the world of offshore finance, a shadowy realm where billions move beyond the reach of governments and regulators. These are the countries where the wealthy hide money, shield assets, and operate in near-complete secrecy. Places like Panama, the British Virgin Islands, the Cayman Islands, and Luxembourg became invisible fortresses for the global elite. At the heart of this system are shell companies, businesses that exist only on paper. No offices, no employees, just a legal identity. Through these companies, money can move across borders with little oversight. The wealthy can hide assets, avoid taxes, or even launder money, all legally, or at least in a gray zone of legality. Why do they do it? Because wealth isn't just money. It's power, influence, and freedom. Owning a private jet or a mansion is one thing. Owning it secretly, without anyone questioning its source, is another. Through offshore accounts, The ultra-wealthy can protect fortunes worth hundreds of millions, sometimes billions, from taxes, scrutiny, and accountability. The flow of money through offshore accounts is intricate, almost like a maze. Funds move from one company to another, across continents, sometimes changing ownership multiple times. A payment sent from a billionaire in Europe might end up in a Panamanian account, then a trust in Switzerland, before being invested in real estate in London. The goal: to create a trail so complicated that no ordinary investigator could ever follow it completely. Offshore accounts aren't illegal by default. They are a tool, a legal tool, that can be used for legitimate purposes: international business, investments, and asset protection. But the same system also allows world leaders, billionaires, and criminals to operate in the shadows. It is a system built for the elite, not for the ordinary citizen. Anonymous ownership is the backbone of this system. One name appears on paper, while the real owner remains hidden behind layers of shell companies and trusts. This anonymity makes it almost impossible to connect the dots, and that is exactly what the wealthy want. Every layer is another veil of secrecy protecting billions from the eyes of the public. The Panama Papers revealed how far this secrecy goes. Mossack Fonseca, the Panamanian law firm at the center of the leak, created tens of thousands of companies for clients around the world. These accounts were used to hide money from regulators, courts, and even other governments. It was a perfect system, until it was exposed. For everyday citizens, taxes are unavoidable, salaries are reported, assets are visible. But for the elite, offshore accounts allow them to live in a different reality, a parallel world where wealth is untouchable and rules are optional. The Panama Papers pulled back the curtain, revealing a system that was operating in plain sight, a system that had gone unnoticed for decades. This hidden world of offshore finance isn't just about money. It's about power, secrecy, and influence. It's about the people who control global wealth without anyone knowing. And while millions of ordinary people live under the rules of law, taxes, and transparency, the wealthy play a completely different game. A game that was revealed to the world for the first time in the Panama Papers. Birth of the Panama Papers. The story of the Panama Papers begins not in Panama, but with a single anonymous source reaching out to a German journalist in 2015. The message was simple yet explosive. I have documents that expose the hidden financial world of the elite. If you publish this, the world will change. The journalist, working for Süddeutsche Zeitung, quickly realized the scale of what he had received. Over 11.5 million documents, emails, PDFs, financial statements, and contracts detailing decades of offshore financial activity. The information was too vast to handle alone. It required a global collaboration. Enter the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, or ICIJ, a network of over 370 reporters in 80 countries. Together, they worked for over a year to verify the data, connect the dots, and reveal the hidden empire of wealth that spanned the globe. This was not just reporting. It was digital detective work on a massive scale. The documents came from Mossack Fonseca, a Panamanian law firm specializing in offshore companies. For decades, the firm had helped politicians, billionaires, and criminals hide assets in shell companies. And now, their internal records, detailing names, companies, and financial flows, were in the hands of journalists. The task ahead was enormous. How do you sift through 11.5 million documents? How do you verify truth without exposing sources? Journalists used advanced data analysis, cross-referencing public records, corporate registries, and leaked emails. They built a global database connecting names, companies, and countries, a map of secrecy never seen before. As the investigation progressed, the journalists uncovered staggering truths. World leaders secretly controlling billions. Celebrities hiding fortunes offshore. Criminal networks laundering money through the same system. It was a revelation that would shake the world, and yet they had to tread carefully. Publishing too soon could put lives at risk and compromise the investigation. Finally, in April 2016, the first stories went live. The Panama Papers exploded into the public eye. Governments scrambled to respond. Investigations were launched. And for the first time, ordinary people glimpsed the hidden financial empire of the world's elite. The leak had immediate consequences. Iceland's prime minister resigned. Investigations in Europe, Asia, and the Americas began. Some billionaires faced scrutiny, while others scrambled to secure their wealth. The Panama Papers had pulled back the curtain on a secret world, forcing global elites into the spotlight for the first time. The Panama Papers didn't just expose individuals. They revealed the mechanics of a global system of wealth hiding a complex web linking countries, banks, law firms, and shell companies. It was a network designed to protect the ultra-wealthy from scrutiny, and now the journalists had mapped it for the world to see. The birth of the Panama Papers marked a turning point in investigative journalism. It was proof that even the most secretive systems could be revealed, and that transparency, once forced into the open, could shake the foundations of power. In the next chapter, we will explore the global web of power and money revealed by this unprecedented leak. The global web of power and money. Panama Papers revealed a network unlike anything the world had ever seen. It wasn't just a list of secret accounts. It was a map of power, wealth, and influence, linking presidents, billionaires, and corporations across continents. At the heart of this system were shell companies and anonymous ownership. One company might exist only on paper, but it could control millions of dollars, yachts, or luxury real estate. And one person could hide assets behind dozens of companies spread across multiple countries. A labyrinth built for secrecy. Through this network, the ultra-wealthy could move money anywhere, anytime. Want to buy a mansion in London, a yacht in Monaco, a private jet in Switzerland? No problem. Offshore accounts and shell companies made it invisible, untouchable, and nearly impossible to trace. The scale was staggering. Leaders, prime ministers, and billionaires, all connected through a hidden financial web. Even Vladimir Putin's associates, Icelandic politicians, and Chinese elites were linked to secret companies and offshore accounts. It was not just money. It was power, influence, and control. A shadow economy running in parallel to the official world. The Panama Papers showed how global finance could be manipulated to benefit a few. Money moved invisibly, often avoiding taxes, oversight, or legal consequences. Every layer, every company, every account was a piece of a larger puzzle. A puzzle designed to protect the elite and keep their wealth out of reach. When the leaks went public, the world reacted. Protests erupted. Governments scrambled. Investigations were launched. But while the system was exposed, the majority of hidden wealth remained untouched. The Panama Papers proved that knowledge alone wasn't enough to dismantle this hidden empire. The Panama Papers were more than a scandal. They were a blueprint of the invisible world of money. They revealed how the wealthy and powerful built empires in secrecy, shielded from scrutiny, and maintained influence over governments and economies worldwide. This was the global web of power and money, vast, complex, and still largely untouchable. Consequences, fallout, and hidden truths. The Panama Papers didn't just reveal a secret world of money. They shook governments, corporations, and the public. In Iceland, the prime minister resigned. In Pakistan, protests erupted calling for accountability. And around the globe, billionaires scrambled to protect their wealth, while investigators scrambled to catch them. But while headlines exploded, the system itself remained largely intact. Many investigations were slow or inconclusive. Many wealthy individuals avoided prosecution entirely. The Panama Papers had exposed the mechanism of secrecy, but dismantling it would take decades, if ever. The Panama Papers were only the beginning. In the years that followed, the Paradise Papers and Pandora Papers revealed even more hidden wealth. One thing became clear. The world's richest and most powerful are operating in a parallel system, almost entirely invisible to the public eye. And for every leak, countless secrets remain buried. The Panama Papers also revealed a moral truth. While ordinary citizens abide by taxes, laws, and transparency, the elite operate under different rules. They enjoy wealth, luxury, and influence, while the rest of the world plays by a system that isn't designed to benefit them. Despite the exposure, the Panama Papers were a victory for investigative journalism. They proved that even the most secretive systems can be revealed, that accountability, though imperfect, is possible. Yet the work is far from done. Billions remain hidden, networks remain intact, and the lessons of the Panama Papers continue to resonate today. The Panama Papers taught the world that power and secrecy can coexist, that wealth, when hidden, wields influence far beyond what most of us can imagine, and that even when the truth is revealed, the system itself often survives, quietly, invisibly, and untouchably. This is the enduring legacy of the Panama Papers, a world where secrets are currency, and the elite remain, for now, untouchable.